after a movie last night. Who saw it? Who saw it this weekend?
Volunteered that information.
I want to talk about it. If anyone wants to talk about it,
I don't do the finger thing. You got to go out to dinner.
it was great.
And no one, 2 fingers or a hand?
Well, after the fingers, then we go out to see the Michael Jackson movie.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You eat popcorn with those dirty fingers too, huh?
I'm gonna say something else.
In your hand.
What do they call it?
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't like analingus. I don't let my women lick me up there. I don't like that.
What?
I don't care if I showered.
Down there. You mean down there?
Down, I mean up in the butt. I don't like when women lick me.
What are you guys talking about? Most of you sound like your daddy was fingering you when you were fucking born and all the way through your teenage years. And all
Oh
of a
my
sudden
God,
now
you have a good imagination. You have a good imagination, bro.
So Randy, let me ask you a question.
Anything, bro.
Would you rather sleep with a female gorilla or a man?
Neither.
No. If you pick neither, you have to do both.
No. I mean, just bottom line, neither. I'm into women,
That means you're
black
choosing
women,
both. You're
black
choosing
women,
both.
white women. As
You're
Michael
choosing
Jackson would
both.
say, makes no difference
chose
who you're black.
both. You just chose
No,
both.
I chose neither.
You just chose both.
I just answered you. So give me another question. Let's talk about the
I
Michael
just
movie.
did. No. Look, first you said you're an open book,
Right.
but so I gave you a question and I gave you the options, right?
Right.
Female gorilla, man, and if you choose neither, that means you're selecting both.
You're an
Okay.
open book, but he can't read, Randy.
These are your rules. I'm not,
It's a picture book. It's a picture book.
Next question.
I saw the hand in your butt. I saw it.
Next question. Come on, man. I came here with an open heart.
You have to answer the first.
Okay, you answered for me. So you answered the question for me. Now let's do something else.
Okay, you sound like you would probably pick the man.
Okay, there you go. Lovely. Now can we let's do something else. I'm glad you're happy. You sound very happy. You sound very pleased with yourself.
Hey, I'll give you another.
So why don't we talk about real things, not your...
This is very real. This is very real. This is very real. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Tito is the most masculine.
Are you ready?
God bless him. So the movie is dedicated.
Open book.
The movie is...
I'll give you a real one. You want a real question?
And Jermaine was married to Berry Gordy's daughter.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that
Jermaine Jackson was always the most relevant one. He was the most
Look, they're
Jermaine.
flirting with each other.
Old white men
They're
is the worst guests.
Your Majesty. You know,
Flirting.
I love the name Your Majesty.
Randy, why do you have homosexual panic at your age?
It's called humor.
If people think you're gay.
It's called you. I'm not panicked, dude. That's just...
Why are you panicking?
Why are you projecting?
Gay accent?
I'm not
projecting
a homosexual man. I'm not.
Yeah, you're projecting all your shit onto me.
You went to straight talk school, bro. You practicing your straight talk.
Okay, all right, whatever.
Who's interested in philosophy, but you won't.
I'm talking about culture, man. I'm talking about the movie.
Your culture's coming up, and you're afraid to.
I always worry about men that talk with a nasal lisp. Like, you just...
Yeah, okay.
That's fucked up normals here.
Right.
Does that mean
Look,
that
I'm wiring down if that
And
was
Randy
me.
said he wants his butthole licked.
Listen, let's talk about the Jacksons if you'd like.
No, we're talking about the question that you were
Your
asked.
butthole lick, Randy.
Do you know that Marlon Jackson was working
We were talking about the question you were asked.
Marlon was working at Staples.
It was definitely recent.
Randy, was he named
What position were you in? Were you bent over?
Marlon was working at a
He was laying on his
Staples.
back with his legs up.
Oh my God.
And your hands are holding your knees. Is that what you were doing?
What? Do you have such a fantasy life? You like white guys? Apparently you like white guys. You like to imagine yourself with white guys.
Oh gosh.
Apparently you like to fantasize about white guys.
I mean, I can say
I've never had so many. I've never seen so many gay black guys in one room. Honestly,
Come on, Randy. We all know you love having your shit pushed in. I mean, come on.
Never in my life. But I never.
I don't want. Dude, he does that. He douches.
We know Randy likes.
Listen, you know why? Because like I guess you got into it in jail, right? When you were in jail, you got raped, and now you just got into it. I get it.
Oh, shit. I
get it.
You're assuming he was in jail a lot.
No, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out why you're so obsessed with gay sex.
I hear the gay people, and I'm trying.
He didn't deny it.
And I'm just.
By the way, he didn't deny it. He hasn't said no. Obvious touched the nerve. I touched the nerve.
Projecting your homosexual panic again, right?
How long were you in jail for, bro?
Listen,
How long were you in jail for?
The old white guy saying that
How many nights?
man got raped in fucking prison.
Projecting your
Were
homosexual
you the wife of a black man or a white man?
it's an
Look, you see what you're doing right now?
Were you of a black man or a white man?
This isn't the 1970s. You can't call black people, you can't call gay people faggot.
How do you know your cellmate is gay? If his dick tastes like shit.
Or you have that nasal voice like fucking Randy.
Here we
How
go.
many nights were you having sex?
How do you know if your cellmate is gay? How do you know if your cellmate's gay? If his dick tastes like shit. Come on, that's a good joke.
Look at you, look at you.
Well, look at you. You started with the gay thing. Now I'm giving it back. Now I'm just giving it right back to you.
That you're really interested in.
No, you started with the gay shit, and now I'm giving it back.
I turned you on.
Yeah, you turned me on.
I
Yeah.
did, see? I did. I turned you on.
You like Mike?
Yeah, he's like a radio.
Yeah.
I did.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, Mike.
I
You
did.
turn on my stupid button. You hit my stupid button, so now I'm getting stupid.
You want into what type of
Do you feel that itch in your butt? It's not an itch,
Listen.
it's a tingle.
When you apply for a job,
Pleasure it.
do you turn to jail? When you apply for jobs, or do you not even apply for jobs? What's the deal
Me
with
too. I don't need.
you? Don't need to, right? You just get welfare. You live on welfare. I got you, bro.
Chill, Randy.
Because he's a low
I'm
life.
gay. Hey, I'm gay for pay.
He's a
So
dirt
you're saying that you believe that Mike, a black man, is on
I
welfare?
didn't even know he was black. Who knew he was? Mike, are you black?
For the record,
I had no
You've never
idea.
met so many gay black men.
Mike is
Yeah, I was talking about you.
Randy.
I'm talking about you, not Mike.
I'll tell you one
I'm not
thing.
gay,
My
I'm black.
butthole is
Well,
not.
I think you are, though.
I don't have a pink butthole.
Well, who cares?
I'll change your life,
Oh,
Randy.
yeah.
You changed my life already. You're the dumbest guy I spoke to today. You already changed my life.
I'll make you comfortable with who you are.
Okay, thank you.
It won't take long. I know
You
that
already did.
Mike.
You're the dumbest guy
Randy, you
I
just have to exhale as he slides in. It'll be alright.
Would you rather be comfortable with who you are?
Which would you rather be, unemployed or
But I
stupid?
will
guess you're both.
change your life.
Uh-oh, I'm getting a call.
You think I'm
I love you
unemployed and
today.
stupid because I'm black, Randy?
Listen, it's all
You think
good,
I'm
man.
unemployed and stupid because I'm black, Randy?
No, are you black?
Hey, Randall.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Randall.
Yeah, I'm in black too, motherfucker.
Louis, let it slide in. Let it happen.
Why are you talking
He's
to a black
enjoying
man
it.
like that?
You racist closet.
Why are you talking to a black man like that? Who you calling black?
PTR.
Who you calling black, nigga? Who you calling black?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I'm blacker than you,
This
brother.
old white man.
I'm blacker than you.
There you go.
Come
That's all
on,
you
man.
needed.
Bro, Ellen.
You better, I see you around the way, brother. You must see you down on the
I'm
corner.
gonna bend you
Okay.
over and show you what it
Yeah,
is.
you have an active fantasy life, my
I'm
brother.
gonna bend you over.
What you talking
Yeah, I heard you the first time.
Love me.
Yeah, I heard you the first time, my brother. But the good news is,
Family. You're gonna lose your life. You're gonna change
Yeah.
your name.
What you talking
You're
about?
gonna live in a nice
you
cottage.
dynamite. You dynamite,
Change
man.
your fucking life, Randy.
Yeah, man. Okay.
I'm gonna whisper in your ear every night. You should have picked a
You
good
got me
name.
confused, man. You think I'm a
Whisper in
cracker?
your ear. I'm gonna nibble on your
I'm
face.
blacker than you, brother. I'll be blacker than
Pick the
you.
gorilla.
a cracker.
You take
Yo, I'll be
points
blacker than you, cracker.
every fucking day.
Yo, you're an Uncle Tom, man. You an Uncle Tom.
Yeah, Randy.
You a gay Uncle
You
Tom.
know nothing. I'm gonna spit on it.
You a gay Uncle Tom.
No one is blacker than
No, you an Uncle Tam. Uncle Tammy. You an Uncle Tammy,
I'm
man.
gonna spit on it, record
Dude, I
videos, and send
fucked
it to people.
Michelle Obama. Let me tell you about the time I fucked Michelle Obama.
fucking respect in the first lady's name.
I fucked her up the ass. That's better than Barry, man. She told me you're better than Barry.
Wait, you were gay.
I tied her
I knew
up.
you were gay.
She a fine. Michelle is a fine black bitch with a great. She got a smoking body. You know, this is. You heard me.
You don't call women bitches in this house.
Oh,
No. Don, Don.
She not a hoe.
Homosexual.
I ain't gonna call her a hoe. All right, man. All right, it's been real, man.
Brandy, real shit though. On a
I'm a
serious
special
note,
kind of.
on a serious note,
You're gay. On the serious.
we don't call women bitches in this room.
Okay, she's. Okay?
Yeah, that's a rule. Just adhere to it. We don't call women bitches. We don't dox. We don't send credible threats of violence.
I didn't do any of that.
Yeah. Just
But anyway, she a motherfucking hoe. Alright. Kitty, so word to the mother.
In your picture, didn't you pay for it?
Word to the mother, guys. Ciao for now, okay? Keep it real.
Bring his ass up in here.
Keep it real up in the field, okay? Peace. And, you know.
Are you leaving already? Are you leaving?
Don't lick too many food stamps, guys. Don't lick too many food stamps.
the last time he spoke to a
Oh,
black
he left that fucking pussy.
You don't play with strangers like that. No.
Hey, yo, at least El Normal can, like, you'll, like, go there for, like, 3
Right, he
hours,
said-
right?
Yo, Incan, he said peace out. He thought that was black. Peace out.
This man jumped in racist as fuck, and Miss Fifi, please, Miss Fifi, he jumped in racist as fuck and prejudiced as fuck. He thought I was black, so I had to go with it. And he dropped a hard ER. That's all it took. That's all it took. Now we know he's gay. Now we know he's gay. It's black people.
He's for sure gay.
Yo, can the record show that he believed, that he believed that Mike was black? That he did at no point confuse knowledge for black? Can you just put that out there? Alright, and after the statement that Don said, where I repeat, I stood up for Shy, and now they are not black.
He's fucking dying.
Bro, I'm about to hit the gym right now, bro.
What was the conversation with that? Was he just being an asshole, or was there a conversation?
They got PTSD with past conversations, so like they jumped the gun a little bit.
What
That's
happened?
all.
Nah. Stark just asked him if you were to pick between a gorilla or a man, who would you fuck with? And he lost his shit.
He did, bro.
The homosexual panic kicked in, and then he goes, "Oh, son, you've been to jail. You've been to jail because you're black, so that's where you probably had butt sex. That's where you're gay." And then I told him I'm a bisexual, and I told him I'm gonna fuck him and he's gonna love me.
I feel like
And I'm gonna record it and save it to
black
you.
people need to have delineation because for some reason Africans and Caribbeans think they can speak for black people, and it's not the same experience. We need to delineate.
I am black. I'm European black, so I can speak for black people.
I'm not talking to you. You're a hairy, funky Armenian.
I'm a Caucasian
You're
black. I
a
can speak
hairy,
for black people.
funky
Thank you.
Armenian.
Thank you. I'm a black person. I can
You're
speak
more
for black.
closer to a Jew than a
Dad,
black.
why you?
That's fucked up. I'm an Israelite. Please don't disrespect me.
From being a Jew.
Lion don't believe that.
But now I
No, Lion says I'm from the same tribe.
Black
I'm
people
from the
need to
tribe of Shem.
delineate. Black
Yeah.
people need to delineate.
I don't think he does. I think like a lower level.
He thinks Persians are lower level because he hates BB, but he would say that you're a black psych, I think. Much like Randy.
I'm talking about Jewish. I'm talking about Jewish.
It's one of the same.
Jewish.
I agree. Black people need
Isn't he like the original Jew?
divide their culture.
Bro, Hogab is not a charitable
This
place.
is how this is This is what happens.
This nigga Hogab injected out of nowhere.
When you do the DEI thing,
What are you talking about, Samoa?
somebody like Samoa or fucking said that they're black. Crazy.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the gym, guys.
Oh shit, bro. You had fun, brother.
But we're working laps, bro. I'm gonna get fucking wings.
Make sure you focus on your elbow path, bro.
Hey, yo, what's the day? Is it back and buys?
At this point, sometimes more black
Not
than
hitting the last, I'm hitting back and
anybody else. I shot black as fuck.
fuck it.
Yeah, focus
No,
on your
you're
elbow
right.
path, bro. A lot of people fuck up.
Nick, are you ready to go do those obstacle courses? Those big ones?
Yeah, hey, listen,
It'll be like 2 days.
he getting ready for the army. He getting ready for the army. All right, listen, hey, listen, this country needs you. Hey, this country needs you. We talked about this.
You can get to Marsoc. You can be all you can be.
We talked about everything you could accomplish. Listen, Incan, listen.
Well, no. I already talked to him. He already knows. We talked about everything you could accomplish. We talked about your unbound potential. We talked about separating yourself from the rest. You know, do the right thing.
Dude, you sound literally like my recruiter.
Do the right thing.
We're not
You know, Serve. You know this country
What
needs you.
branch you gonna put Inky in?
We're not doing it.
You know what? Inky could go to the Seabees, though. He would fucking dominate there. He'd have fun. Blow shit up, shoot shit.
Nobody's joining the army.
He said I'm gonna get combat.
Nobody's joining the army.
Shut up, Louie.
You're not joining the army, bitch ass nigga.
Fourth was in the army.
Fuck is you talking? You're not picking up.
That's so fact, bro. That's so fact. Nobody's doing it.
But, Inky, if you ever wanted to, Seabees.
Nigga never joined nothing in his life.
You're not picking up a stick.
You ain't picked up shit, nigga. You ain't shot nothing. You ain't shot nothing. So except for your motherfucking black ass gums, African ass nigga. Shut your Nigerian ass up. Come scam somebody. What you do best?
Nigga, I stab you, pussy, nigga.
You ain't stabbing shit, nigga. Shut up.
You just said go stab someone. Which one is it, bitch ass?
No, I said go pop your gums and go scam, nigga. Scam. You know Nigerian niggas like yourself do nothing but scam. Run off and do your scamming shit, nigga.
I wish a nigga from Louisville would fucking say some shit to me.
Negro, please. You ain't doing a damn thing. You can't even squeeze a grape. Fucking talk about squeezing anything else.
Hey everybody.
Squeezing.
Are you guys done flirting? You guys done flirting?
It's Sunday.
I'm flirting. You get a room.
Is it turning you on, Shasha?
Yo, Sasha.
Yeah, it is.
Chill out, Sasha.
I did.
Doing that shit, Sasha.
Right now.
First of all, one by one, alright?
I heard girls actually like seeing guys interact with other
Boy,
guys.
shut the hell up.
Yeah, no, absolutely
I
not.
have a girl that works in my gym, and she was saying like her female clients are
She's
talking
a
about the
faggot
show,
lover.
Yo, BB, shut your drunk ass up, BB.
Your
and
superior.
they're like appeal to that. I don't think that that's true, but apparently there's a consensus going on with this.
I bet that woman is.
Wait, like, are you saying that women are getting off watching two guys, like, have sex together?
Nah, I'm not with that. I'm not with that.
And you know what's funny? Like,
Sounds about white.
some of the athletes, the MMA fighters that I trained, they were into that stuff.
You talking about
That sounds like some New Eureka shit. I mean, really, that sounds like some New Eureka shit.
Were they
What? What?
New Eureka?
Why am I qualified? Like, why am I in
I
that?
didn't say you were. I just said it sounds like some New Eureka shit.
What does that mean? What did you say?
Nobody said
What is New Eureka?
I had to get one back on his shot.
She's like, why did I stop? Nobody said your name.
Yo, Sasha, you heard that.
But now we know.
Nah, I'm pulling a pockets.
You heard that phrase before, though.
Nobody mentioned my name, but I made it about
Talking
me.
about me, man.
You coward.
Where's Pocket?
That's what's wrong with you.
Oh, shit.
Yo, tell us what's
You
wrong
know,
with us.
you're such a big mouth.
As we
It's
drink
like,
your shit
oh,
backwards.
Israel, or oh, Trump, and all on the white
I thought she was on
You're gonna
margaritas.
fucking have an argument.
Bro, she's on
Why are you
fucking
doing
nothing,
this? Like
bro.
you hate
She's on
the
cocaine.
country.
No, she's not.
but
That's just
why
brain
can't you
damage.
be a
Y'all don't
man?
know
She has-
what. She's on that pure, that pure Persian
I
code.
like Louis.
She
so
has
I
no
don't
choice. She's just
understand.
fucking
BB,
brain damage.
I like you too, but
I
you gotta
actually
chill.
really like you.
You gotta chill, though. I like you
Yo,
too.
Mike,
She's flirting with Louis fell for the flirt.
Yo, Mike.
Louis was like, oh, okay.
But
Yo,
then
Mike.
also,
Well,
you
okay.
Yo, Mike.
You're my future.
Mike, who was that person that
Why
had
are you so
the...
predictable with your politics? It's like, why don't you just improve yourself and just give yourself like challenges instead of just
You know that's abuse, right? If you like fuck with retards.
Mike, who was that person that attacked the BB?
It is
You remember?
Well, to play with
Remember that one time? No,
Louis, don't let them kid you. Everybody likes Veggie Tales.
Who was it?
Nike.
Oh, it was Kendall. Yeah, it was Kendall.
He packed her in the smallest fucking box you can get packed up in, bro.
He turned us over, bro. He turned us
And
over.
she said, I'm sorry. Why are you talking to me like this?
Yo, that's
I actually made her, I heard her make up a coherent
because
sentence.
I care. I actually like you. unlike the rest of you.
Kendall was on some.
All I ever say is,
Kendall was on some explicit.
He was, yeah. He was.
I mean, I'm like everybody.
For the record, I
It
also
just
get
annoys
weirded out
me
when
because
niggas
I'm
talk
just
about
can you
that.
say something else? Also just do something else. And it's like, if I'm not going to tell him, who the fuck is going to tell him? His mom is passed away. He probably doesn't have a ghost. I don't know how he his door and his family is like the ghost.
The funniest thing in the world.
But also, I think he appreciates that I tell him.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We do.
That's a fact, baby. But what was you talking about?
I was talking about you fucking like being a man and like taking responsibility and stop being
No, that's a fact.
a fucking cliche. It's like
Y'all should have heard me back up Louis earlier today, bro.
why don't you go on like a
Louis
like FBI or
You know, Knowledge did too, right?
Knowledge locked them up too? Oh, well then that's easy, bro.
And like a different guy. You know, it's
I
like
thought that was a big accomplishment, but Knowledge did it.
Anyway, I don't know. Or whatever.
Yo, Samoa, you wanna run that back, brother?
I mean,
Hey, bro. Yes, I do.
Like,
I can't be on blunder my
Niggas got better, didn't they?
All right. Yeah. Let's run that back, didn't they?
On Clubhouse.
That is true. I'll shoot you
But it's not advertising.
Damn, BB, what the hell?
Saying your truth. And
Which I still play your chess.
But also people
Always,
listen
bro.
because, and most of the time they don't. But they do listen because also
What's your rating on the
it's not
chess.com app?
anything more to want.
You guys see the manifesto from the shooter yesterday?
No, we didn't have a manifesto.
What?
But even if they don't, it's more than
Matter of fact,
that.
baby,
What did it say?
break, baby.
Are you kidding?
It's always love.
Let me go look for it. Like it was a letter that he sent out 10 minutes. This was on X. It said there was a letter he sent out to his family and all that stuff 10 minutes before he went in. And it was like he can't stand something about like being a part of a country with a pedophile and some odd whatever the hell. Let me see if I can find it and I'll put it in the.
Wait, you said who said what? Say one more time.
Yeah, the dude from yesterday reported. Yeah, reportedly that's what they had all over X was that this dude's manifesto came out. It was a letter that he sent to his family and friends explaining like his motivations.
Wait, how is that getting released right now?
Talking about old boys, they put
Yeah,
up
I
to
don't
like.
know if that's real.
But no. If he sent a letter, like you mean an actual handwritten note?
No, like probably an email or something like that to his family and friends before he went downstairs.
Because the FBI was like within minutes and all at his house and seized all assets and the family, I can't imagine would want to release that because they were at their houses.
They knew it was on television too. How did his brother get past Secret Service?
They didn't get past. He got snared in the first layer. They never got past. He just ran through the magnetometer, which is just like the check-in point, and then he was ensnared in that first layer of security. There was like 6 layers around that. He never even reached.
Who was he shooting at?
He just kind of randomly shot and hit one fucking agent.
The officers in that area, right?
Yes.
His motives, according to him, were not only the Trump administration plus just Washington elites in general. So he
Shout out Torrance, California, where my mom is from.
Yeah. Yo, this guy was a mechanical engineer too. This guy is not just like some random. I mean, he was crazy, right? To even try that, but dude's a mechanical engineer out there. And yeah, his motivation was Trump. Yeah, he was
That's what it said. It was a teacher.
Yeah, tutor.
Mechanical enginecation, though. You didn't do that.
He's probably like Secret Service person.
No, they said he was a fucking high. Yo, they've been lying.
But for the record, Torrance, California is a
They said he was
shithole.
dead for 5 hours. And he's alive.
He's like 80 years old.
I never heard that he was dead.
Right.
They should have showing the pictures of him.
We got an argument yesterday.
he was
They
shirtless
said he
in the
was
pictures
dead
was
on like 5 different articles, bro. I pulled him up, and then it turns out he wasn't dead. He was apprehended.
Because there was confusion because the people in there, my friend was actually I have a friend that was actually at the dinner, and he was saying they got mixed reports of people just passing information down. They heard shooter down, and everybody automatically assumed that meant that he was dead. And so they were reporting.
Yeah, I even saw a video where they said shoot her down, but yeah, they meant
the
apprehended.
fucking news, these fucking.
Did anyone see the video with Erica
thirsty for a fucking story? They'll just jump with
And
anything.
post anything. It was so
Well, that's
confusing
because they
and
get paid
conflicting
on the
information,
first,
bro.
being the first, as opposed to getting the news first.
Yeah, that shit is corny.
Louis, to be fair, it was on, it was in that area, and it was on cell phones. A lot of these guys were communicating, and there was a lot of like panic and concern running through areas. And you got to hand it off to the secret layers. Their primary layer held, and they removed all their assets out in a secure corridor. They locked it down and transported them out and moved them. So I mean, the security detail fucking functioned flawlessly.
Did anyone see the Erica Kirk video?
I mean, I seen the video where they
I saw where she's leaving, crying.
Yeah, she's like, I just want to go home. Can you imagine that though? She just.
Yeah, that would be that would be traumatizing.
I mean, it's interesting that the soundbite came as she was passing the camera.
Man, come on.
She was probably just repeating it.
Anybody that's just y'all gotta stop it. You guys are the reason why niggas are going shooting people up. Cause you all like radical motherfucking
radical.
Yeah, you are. It's mighty funny that her husband just died and she's crying.
Radical.
When
she came out like WWE, I think we can judge her.
Everything she does, you guys are looking at with a fucking some thick ass bifocal glasses. Like, get a light.
She's a public figure.
I even said I don't blame her. I think she had every right to feel that way. I'm not even like criticizing her for it.
Everyone cries. It's like, oh, fucking people criticizing Israel are inciting violence against Jews. People who are criticizing the Republican Party are inciting violence against Republicans. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, it goes every way. Like, there are radical people, radical factions of every fucking party, every group that's gonna, like, there's gonna be one nut job that goes out there, does something crazy, does something regrettable. But to say, like, oh, that the result of the criticism of that party is just ridiculous. It's weak. It's fucking. It's stupid.
Wait a minute. But Louis, you believe that Donald Trump's rhetoric caused January 6th, right?
Well, no, not his rhetoric. His direct command. It was a mandate.
Okay.
It wasn't Donald Trump just opining about, man, I feel shitty about how they stole the election from me. No, that was a direct call to go to the Capitol, right? Very different.
Okay, so then if you have so then you would agree that there's a direct call from like a Maxine Waters, from various other entities, Biden, the Democrat Party, saying that, you know, Catholics need to be on watch list. They're terrorists of this. We need to expand what domestic terrorists is to include Christians.
To me, if you could just provide.
Wait, hold on. Maxine Waters literally stood and said, "You need to get into their face. You need to assault them. You need to go up." She came to Minneapolis, and Waltz was actually doing an okay job at stabilizing that.
You know that I'm not for that.
I'm just saying. But
Louis, anyone is saying that we should.
But you just see what I'm trying to get you to highlight.
Or they're like some immutable.
Louis, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that yes, there is rhetoric, but you can't sit there and say, hey, you know what? People's rhetoric do not inspire people to do crimes, and it actually does happen. Fucking Hitler is a prime case in point of that. The brown shirts. Look at how their evolution came into Palestine.
Wait. I agree with that. I agree with
okay.
That. Just so we can level, but that cannot be the sole response to like criticisms levied at whatever your cause is. That these criticisms ought to like be stopped because like.
Isn't it cute trying to like damage
That's not the answer, right? The answer is like you address those people, you address those like extremist factions, right? But like that shouldn't take away from
extremists like our IOGC.
Baby, please be quiet.
Who brought Baby back up?
Be quiet.
So
I know. Is Gustavo in the room? I know that whole ass thing with Gustavo.
He probably did, but I mean, so like when we look at like. You know, creating certain narrative.
You just can't normalize violent rhetoric. That's the problem. When it gets normalized.
Correct.
When what was the name of the healthcare guy, Luigi?
Mangione, Manicotti.
Whatever. That guy.
That's something that's being done.
It is, though.
Wait, like I'd like. Really.
What was the name of that guy that killed the CEO guy?
Manicotti.
Whatever his name was. He was like held up as a hero.
If I'm wrong, is there not faction speaking up against Luigi Mangione and saying like, yeah, that's probably not the way we go about like doing things. And yes, there are gripes with like health insurance and how health insurance is run, and like they deny everyone deny depose whatever the thing is. But like there are factions that are like, yeah, that's not the way to go about it, and they're not praising Louis Mangione. It's not the thing that like. Are you suggesting that?
So Louis, right now in my profession,
Louis Mangione is some sort of hero? That's not
he's inspiring people because people have come out and said this was a good thing. He got a GoFundMe. He got fucking his entire story paid for. Like, these people are fucking us and being loud with it and louder voice and declaring he should be innocent. Meanwhile, I have to sit there and go through an office that now has to have fucking security details that look like what was at the fucking Hilton last night. Like, it's mind-numbing to just realize that, oh yeah, just because of the profession that I'm working in, that I'm going to be a target, and you have people that are going to come and radically hit you. Like, I mean, it's not hard to fathom the stretch from that. And you have people cheering on, like Elizabeth Warren, like a Maxine Waters. Like, you know, people say, oh, the inspiration from the KKK, Trump dog whistles to his KKK members to fucking create violence. And then you get pushback on it, but you're still saying his rhetoric is inspiring this violence. And if you're going to agree to that, then you have to look at your own house or like...
Viking, look who it's juxtaposed with. We're talking about the leader of the free world, probably the most influential person in the world, or arguably, versus like left-wing fucking media pundits. Like who? Like
Maxine Waters is an active member of Congress.
Maxine Waters is a fucking congresswoman on the way out. Like, she's
okay. Hakeem Jeffries is literally your leader. Joe Biden was literally the leader of the DNC. I mean, he was president too, and he gave harmful rhetoric.
What radical positions has Joe Biden held?
He sat there flanked by Marine guards, highlighted in red at night in Philadelphia, and said the most dangerous people are going to be MAGA. An entire political movement.
Well, how? Well,
they also
if you're going to humor that, like, there's precedent for that. They fucking...
But we doing all the
hard work. The Capitol, they only fucking let the most, like...
insurrection.
One of the most violent uprisings in modern...
I thought we're the most dangerous, but y'all have hosted BEMA in this room for months. BEMA.
He wasn't lying.
People that identify like BEMA are the most dangerous people in America.
There you go, Louis. Double down, man.
BEMA should be on a watch list.
What are you talking about?
Like, he gave you an example, and you were like, well, he's not lying. Niggas is hella violent anyways. I mean, he was telling the truth.
No. He gave an example, and I'm like saying that
so then
Joe Biden.
So but then you agree that it's okay to do. Wait. Under that rhetoric, Louis, if you said 76 million Americans, the overwhelming, the majority of states, the majority of districts,
76 million Americans identify as MAGA.
They voted for Trump.
No. Yeah, they voted for Trump.
Okay, then you would call them the most dangerous per Biden. They supported Trump. You have calls saying that. Even when Biden came into office, you had people saying they wanted to remove Republicans that voted Republican in the military.
You agree?
You had fucking congressional leaders asking for that.
Do you believe that there are people that voted for Trump out of like how some people vote?
It doesn't matter how they voted for him, but they
feel like he's the lesser of two evils, but they were still reluctant to vote that way.
That has nothing to do with the conversation.
It absolutely does. Right?
No, it doesn't. So what, 1%? What percentage are you going to do? 60?
I mean, it doesn't really matter because the outcome is the same,
really
right?
quick, I think the
outcome is...
Okay, I'll give you 5% of that. You're still losing the majority. You're still losing the majority, and you don't win the state. So then you would recognize that the majority of these states have an overwhelming base.
You asked about the percentage?
That voted for Trump, that you said, oh, don't like him, but they voted for him.
Yeah, I think the vast minority of people are...
I agree, the vast minority.
Would identify with the MAGA movement.
That's
and
fine.
they just saw
That's perfectly fine. But then how do you reconnoiter with the fact of, hey, we have congressional leaders here speaking out, not just at state levels, but city council levels, saying, hey, we need to go around and we're going to knock on your Republican doors for those of you that voted for Trump because we know who you are. And we're going to make sure that you don't vote someone like this in ever again.
So every Trump voter is not MAGA. Every MAGA is not a Trump voter. Shout out to Trump dragging the fuck out of Canada. So again, it's crazy to me how people want to dissect all the science of these things, but then they want to conflate and lump these things into categories of like kind. So I mean, what exactly is the point for which this monkey is trying to argue against Brad? Like, I'm trying to understand.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, so
What is he saying?
Like,
What did you even?
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
But like something else was.
What do you mean, what words?
Hey, Louis, there's something else.
What do you mean, what words?
Vaxxer, non-vaxxer, right?
You're right.
Anti-vaxxer, right? Like that could be interpreted as pretty dangerous, or saying that somebody's accompanied by like Hitler. No, I'm just talking about rhetoric that's being used that could be interpreted by like the lower levels of people as an imminent threat, right? And they say things like, "Hey, vaxxer or non-vaxxer? Non-vaxxers are gonna kill you. They're fucking gonna kill you."
I mean, they literally do raise the risk of.
First of all, on either side is no more a threat than the other. It's a threat to America is silver-chested, big-bellied men that don't shut the fuck up and are long-winded. That is a threat to America. Big-bellied men that are long-winded.
Move this guy down, bro. Yo, Adams, this is your final warning, bro. We're having a conversation. Don't turn it into personal attacks. Try to keep it above board and fucking intellectual, man.
Am I breaking the rules?
You shut up. You're fucking ruining the conversation.
Am I breaking the rules?
Okay, fuck the rules. Sit in the audience then, dude. What the fuck is your problem, man? You jump in and you fucking ruin the conversation for what reason? Brad and Louis are having a respectful fucking back and forth. No lines are being crossed. You're the one who's fucking throwing ad homs and being disrespectful.
Call me a monkey.
Fuck, bro. Alright, Goose, my bad, man. Go ahead. This fucking stupid shit, dude. Like, we actually have a good conversation going for once. And we fucking allow BB to run her fucking mouth in between, and fucking Adams comes in here and does this shit. Fucking ruins the room. Stop ruining the fucking room. Go do that elsewhere. Go do that in your fucking stupid conservative rooms or your Persian rooms. Do that fucking elsewhere.
Yeah, Adams, we're not trying to disqualify you from the conversation. Just take your beats.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna move Abdiel down, bro. He shouldn't be a fucking mod. Sit in the goo too, bro.
Oh my god!
What's going on, everybody? But
that's payback, bitch. That's payback, idea.
Look, listen. I'm like.
Can we just get back to this
To reiterate my point, I don't think that rhetoric. I do think that maybe there is a piece, maybe like a smidgen of like the rhetoric against like whatever your given movement is, contributes to like the ire against it, but like that just comes with the territory.
So, but then you're on my side with it. So if we're saying that it's an equal playing field,
It comes with the territory, but you must disavow it though.
okay. So wait. So can you disavow it after you stoked it? Do you think those that sit there and go on Monday afternoon quarterback and go, oh, I just avowed political violence?
If not for anything but for corrective measures, right? Yeah, you must disavow it. If you found out
if they led it up to it. Like, let's literally take a look at the Republican baseball game where they were shot. And that was in Bernie Center. So we can take it from Democrat, because I don't think Bernie's actually a Democrat. Yeah. But we can take Bernie's rhetoric.
He's not a Democrat, but
I'm just taking him as a prime case in point.
For all intents and purposes.
Yeah. We know his trail. We know he was radicalized. He knows that he believed that Bernie was telling him that if the Republicans were out of the way, this country would become a much greater nation, and that we should model ourselves after some Nordic countries that are actually socialist when they aren't socialist. But he gave a lot of radicalism. Now Bernie didn't necessarily stoke. Wait, hold on. Bernie didn't call for violence. He never stoked any of it. But guess who did do it though? It was a lot of those other congressional people in various towns that were calling for that revolution. This is giving rise to various other groups. And
who were the congressmen that were calling for violence?
Like an AOC, like your squad members.
Okay, what AOC quote where she called for like violence?
Do you remember 2016?
I don't.
Holy shit.
Well,
so like,
just give me the one thing, and I'm happy to concede. I need.
No. Like, do you not remember them on the dais in fucking New York City, sitting there going, "We need to crush the Republicans. We need to get rid of Republicans so that we can make a better world." That was the crux of their speeches. Like, they inserted that thing. You had even fucking absolutely everybody going after.
Wait. Why?
Okay, Louis, you got to either hold it or let me finish. So you had all of these types going around from all over the Democrat. The only one who didn't call for violence was literally Bernie fucking Sanders.
What's the quote?
Yeah, I think that's important, and I think so long as it's not an actual direct call to violence, then like you're not really standing on much. I'm willing to bet, before I even hear a quote, I'm willing to bet that there wasn't a call for violence.
Yeah, obviously. Not like he's obviously fishing.
Oh, I gave you the summation. I could go find the quotes, but I mean, fucking, I'm fishing. But the one that I remember the most was actually Maxine Waters, who actually did say you need to get up in their faces, you need to harass them, you need to kick them out. That we're denying that now because I
don't think anything Maxine Waters has said has been as vitriolic as like.
Now you're moving the post. Okay, now I get it. Now you're just going to try to codify it. So then, you know what? Donald Trump never said anything. He didn't call to arms, and he's not responsible for January 6th. That would be the rise in the rhetoric from the left that called them terrorists.
Wait, I'm sorry. One more time. I'm sorry.
If you're going to fucking codify and say that the Democrats didn't really call for violence, they didn't call for an insurgence, they didn't call for, like, reprogramming. The AOC did that one too. Reprogramming of Republicans to get them to vote the right way. You are not listening to them, and then they go up to the line and tow it. And Maxine and many others crossed it.
Yeah, calling for Republicans to vote one way or calling for like your
okay. Trump never did it. Trump never called for violence. He didn't say start an insurrection. He didn't say take over the Capitol. He never issued those words.
What did he say, Brad?
No, wait. You're going to do this and say that all of a sudden Trump's words matter?
They're taking this country away from you, and you have to fight to take it back. That is what he said, though, right?
Yeah, but you know what? He was talking about votes. And then Biden came out and flagged and said the most dangerous thing to America, Donald Trump and his supporters.
Hotly debated election.
Okay, so wait. Biden said the most dangerous thing was Donald Trump and the people who vote for him.
Brad. I think when you come off a heated election like that, a contested election, a very it was a big election, and the rhetoric that you're espousing afterwards is that not like it's been taken, like this election was taken from me, not only me, Donald Trump, but you, the American people, you, my constituents who voted for me. Like this election was stolen from you, and he organizes this big rally to protest the election, and not only it could have stopped there, but he actually directs them to the Capitol building on the day that the election is to be certified. What do we?
Okay, so he also says so we can make our voices heard, but you left that part out. But then I can turn around. Oh, wait. You finish, so let me finish here. Wait. You gotta have it. So you do have Biden getting up on a fucking podium, nationwide television, saying the most dangerous people are Trump and his supporters, which would constitute everybody that voted for him or donated to a campaign. They were an existential threat to America.
What the fuck? That is a fact. This is Snapple Talk fact, Jack.
Yeah, okay, says the English fucking butt boy. Go back to fucking London or whatever you're fucking from.
I'm dead right now.
Good. I'm glad you guys are getting ass raped in the streets and knifed in the beds. So again, I don't give a fuck what happens to London. Most of the world's problems exist from you fucking twats. So, I don't give a fuck. I wish we bombed the wrong fucking country. We should have hit fucking England. But at the end of the day,
never bomb our England, the great UK.
We can bomb them, Louis. I want to make their shadows sit on the sidewalk permanently.
People say
Israel is our greatest anti-England hate now, Brad. Come on
UK
now.
is
I'm fucking Irish American. Why do you think I hate England?
The UK is
Sinn Féin. Sinn Féin are running for his blood.
Up the rough.
I'm sure you're just saying for the most part.
When does the
I had to, like me and even Timothy, you know what I'm saying? It was a tumultuous relationship before, you know what I'm saying, I could call him my boy. But
I would still make his shadow stay on the sidewalk.
British, but they are our greatest ally, and it is not Israel.
I don't think they're our greatest ally. They've created the most world problems. Post-World War, World War II, they have cost us more men. They have fucking inferior. Montgomery was a shit fucking general. Fucking Churchill couldn't fucking navigate himself through a fucking war.
I agree. He's a genocide. But look, what you guys debating right before? Like, guys, before we digress,
and oh, by the way, they couldn't even get their own fucking pilots in the air to defend themselves against the German Luftwaffe. We had to ask for American pilots to come over there to go help them.
And you have to ask the Russians. The Russians won that war. But listen,
the Russians didn't win that war.
The Russians won that.
We should have gave the Russians fucking Europe.
The Russians will
The Russians
Louis, what are you guys debating before we digress?
They were cannon fodder. They lost the most bodies.
Look, it seems like you guys were cooking. What were you debating about
We're debating that rhetoric is responsible for the increase in political violence, not just here domestically, but globally around the world.
I'm saying, like, so people, I think often when people are, like, levying, like, criticisms, and sometimes valid criticisms, whether it be at, like, Israel or the left or the right, the left or the right, often, like, when there's, like, an incident, like a shooting, like an assassination attempt.
Wait, I got the prime case for you. The Buffalo, New York shooter. The fucking twat.
Really quick.
All right, hold on. I'll go right after you. Just
like whenever these incidents pop up, Timothy, often what's said is, well, like Charlie Kirk got killed because of the rhetoric from the left, the criticism from the left, and I think like we could acknowledge that, like, you know, that might be some sort of rogue actor, some sort of extremist actor, but like that's not to say that the rhetoric needs to die down, so long as it's not violent, so long as the rhetoric isn't like inciting violence. I don't think that's like a call to like stop the criticisms, and I feel like all too often, like when these criticisms are levied, the response is, well, look, you're inciting these radicals.
But it's how the criticisms are levied. It was what people.
I don't think that's enough to stop, like, espousing the rhetoric.
Wait. So the Buffalo, New York shooter that, like, shot up my birthplace, like, literally went down towards Broadway Market, came from Pennsylvania, and fucking shot an entire top supermarket full of fucking people that were from my hometown. They fucking didn't have anything. And his rhetoric, when you read his manifesto, he was influenced by fucking a whole lot of shit. He talked about everywhere from socialism to purity to fucking a genocide. Literally every construct was in that, and he was influenced by all areas. And he created what I would call probably the most horrific scene that has ever occurred in my hometown. Now, people are sitting there and taking apart his manifesto, his fucking rhetoric, and using it, not just on Clubhouse, not just on X, but they're saying it on fucking radio waves. Like an Alex fucking Jones, that fucking fat inbred piece of shit, SpongeBob square fucking pants, diaper wearing fucking dipshit, can fucking quote that motherfucker on a radio and say, look, he wasn't wrong on this part. Just like people take portions of Mein Kampf that was just fucking rhetoric and fucking assimilate it in and saying, well, it wasn't wrong, to a point where now you do have escalations of violence. you do have fucking bullshit that's happening, and it would be stupid for people to say, hey, you know what? It's just a critique. It's a criticism.
Can I say one thing quickly?
The escalations of violence are not one-sided, though.
But it is one-sided. Like right-wing political violence is far more prevalent than left-wing political violence in America. One, and then two, they represent like
is that true?
100% true.
It is
far right extremists. Just one second.
And it's
far right extremists.
verified.
Just one second.
For the record.
Yeah, I was about to say far right extremists represent the greatest domestic terrorism
Can y'all show me? I
in the
just want to see.
USA. Just give me 1 second.
He's gonna show you Jesse Smollett. That's what he's gonna show.
But look, this isn't factual, like, and this is all levels of violence. So this is like violence.
It's because of where they grade the people on right. So you could take a socialist activist, KKK, and they throw him on the right and say, here.
You already set out to finish your thought. I just finished the thought. I was speaking for like half a second. I bet. Political violence on all levels. So that's like protests, that's domestic terrorists, all that kind of stuff, right? The right people on the right, or people who have like, espouse sort of right-wing sentiment are far more likely to engage in political violence than people on the left. But then also just like independently speaking, so this isn't a head-to-head comparison with left-wing people who hold to sort of left-wing political persuasion. Just in terms of just the domestic terrorist threat in the United States, as I understand it when I last checked, they represent right-wing extremists represent the greatest domestic terror threat in the United States of America. That exceeds that of Islamic terrorists. But just for a moment, you should, I think it's right to point out that, technically speaking, Islamic fundamentalists are sort of more right-wing or more conservative than they are left. They're hardly progressives. So technically, we should be looking at them as an entire block. But just for the sake of argument, we'll say, hey, they're independent parties. Yeah, the right-wing extremists are still the greatest domestic terrorist threat. So if you want to infer backwards from the actual violence, you can say that if they're being influenced by political messaging, clearly there's more sort of toxic or problematic messaging coming from the right. At least unless there's just something wrong, just about being just having right views makes you more violent, then you should maybe think that they're being activated by the messaging coming from the right.
Okay, Timothy, I want to just again right there, and Brad, I'll throw it right to you. I was just kind of, looking at some comparison, the Obama years versus now, just to see, I put in between the two, what was their increase in political violence? And basically, from what I can see, it's more normalized now, it seems. It seems that after 2016, and once again what Louis said, when there was reasonable doubt placed in terms of what the election was, that just made our political climate just stay right where it is compared to the Obama years, where we had the Gabby Gifford incident, and I'll put the information in the chat. But I just thought it was very interesting, and I wanted to share it.
There has been an uptick in political violence since Donald Trump came into office. And Shasha, I got you. Is she not here? Oh, yeah, she is here. I posted the link up at the top. I know you were asking. This is from the PNAS, which is the Proceedings of the National Academy of the Sciences. This is one of the most prestigious peer-reviewed science journals. They're here.
So you got to be careful on that one, because they actually take data from a multitude of constructs, not just the FBI, but places like the SPCLA or the Southern Poverty Center. You have a lot of constructs that are pushed in. So where they are pulling data, this is the problem with stats. It's similar to what Black Americans feel like. Oh, you're responsible for 55 of the deaths, or 55% of the crimes and deaths, right? You've heard that fucking trope
Wait a minute,
before.
I feel like what?
Wait, hold on. So you've heard that trope before, but it's how classified, and what's ironic is that everybody that does a domestic terror is automatically classed on the right. It's never on the left. Whether underground, classified under the right. Some of these examples, which fucking no, it wasn't. It was absolutely
Because whether underground is the left.
Yeah. So, like, when we look at some of these things, they're like the guy from Pennsylvania, much more the socialist framework mind. He was quoting fucking Nazi socialism, but somehow or another, he's on the right. That's not conservatism. So, like, hold on, let me finish, dude. Like, you just cried about me interrupting you. Wait. You cried about me interrupting you, and then you were gonna do it to me? Yeah, so, like, when you say this, like, I would not call conservatism fucking Nazi, so I wouldn't call it the Austrian regime quotes fucking conservatism. That's not what conservatism is. But yet, somehow or another, these people are automatically put in there. I don't call the KKK fucking conservatism. That's not fucking conservatism. They just hide out there on the right because they want to have that fucking free speech protected so that they don't get any fucking trouble. And that's the only thing that they're using fucking the Republican side for. But their views are absolutely not. Jesus Christ, dude.
Please let me go.
So the KKK is absolute social fucking construct. They believe in a social hegemonic order. Sound familiar? Bernie Sanders, anybody? Who fucking 2014 argued for the same shit they did. Bernie just didn't do it on race. He just wanted Americans to lock the borders. So this rhetoric is not actually found in Republicanism, but fucking twits in the media, twits around the world just say, oh yeah, it's automatically the right wing. And the right's like, whatever, we don't fucking care because at this point, we're just glad they're dead or ostracized from society.
We can say the same thing, Brad. We can say that.
What left-wing group are you pointing at?
Please, I'm waiting for it to finish, please.
Go ahead.
Quickly. I just want to be clear, like, the objection was that, like, National Socialism isn't far right, that, like, fascism isn't far right, that the Ku Klux Klan wouldn't be classed as more conservative, or presumably if the comparison is between left and right, like, you know, progressives, people who are, like, inclusive, people who kind of eschew the hierarchy, authoritarianism, you're saying that the KKK is what exactly, not further right than it is left? Like, obviously the point here is not that they're like whatever you think, like, you know, Republicans or something, or like conservatives or traditional conservatives or whatever brand of conservatism you subscribe to. The question is whether or not they are far right, whether they're more right-leaning. And the general idea people have when they refer to that is like stuff like whether they, you know, affirm some kind of like hierarchy within society, whether they're like authoritarianism, whether they believe in like ideas like purity and they place importance and emphasis on stuff like that, and or the alternative being leftist, like kind of
I'm gonna go after him.
Actually, can I go, Brad?
Caring about the collective as opposed to...
I'll go after you, Dewey.
That's usually how you identify your position on the political spectrum. So when they're analyzing those things, and you made a point about the data, just respectfully, if someone presents to you, right, so if someone presents some kind of peer-reviewed study or some kind of data, obviously I don't think it's reasonable to just apply kind of like radical skepticism to any piece of evidence or data point that's presented to you. If you actually question the methodology, then you should present flaws in the methodologies, and you should do a deep dive into the research if you want to undermine it. At present, that is just a consensus from all people who kind of things. That like right wing, so that's from the law enforcement to just the independent sort of think tanks and watchdogs and whatever else who do these kind do this kind of research. That like right wing people who have views closer to yours than mine are more likely to be violent. You are obviously an unhinged person and it's very violent. You seem to espouse a lot of kind of like violent, or you're responsible for a lot of violent rhetoric, so maybe you stand as serve as a data point towards that anyway. But nevertheless, just people with your kinds of views are more likely to be violent, and all of the evidence seems to attest to that. Your response to that is like included in that. It's like National Socialism, and that's not right wing. That I think
in recent history. In recent history, yes, but in the 60s, it was more left-hinged, and in the 20s, it was just sort of across the board. I watched this documentary called The Kingfish about Huey P. Long of Louisiana, who was a semi-socialist, a populist, but one of the things it mentioned was just how much violence there was in states in the 20s, political violence there was in the States in the 20s. Then you go to the 60s and the 70s, which were far more violent than we have today. A bunch of that kind of
violence leaning toward the left. What you're talking about is like modern day. I think you have it right on that, but I would
actually no.
I wouldn't classify the '60s as an era of right-wing violence. I would classify it as an era of left-wing violence.
Dewey, are you going?
I just want to get out. So Himothy, excuse me. I don't think, and I don't want to speak for Brad. I don't think his point is that they're not on the. It's that the right or Republicans in general are not taking them as like an intellectual influencer on the conversation, right? Versus, and again, I'll use as the example, and it really was a turning point for me, the debate on the left of it's okay to punch a Nazi. That was like a mainstream conversation and a debate on the left-hand side.
What do you think was espousing that?
I was almost talking. I was almost making an argument. So that was, I believe, 2015, 2016. And that was a mainstream conversation on the internet. Am I going to be able to talk or no? You want to just interrupt and tell me what it is? I am talking honestly. That was a mainstream conversation on... Remember that?
No, I don't fucking... I remember...
You don't remember it's okay to punch... Okay, well, look it up. It was a meme. It was mainstream conversation.
Do you remember that? Do you remember people disavowing violence on the left?
Sure. Again, okay. So now that I'm okay, Louis, I understand. Louis, you're interrupting me, and I understand. Hashtag not all. Okay, put hashtag not all at the end of everything I say. Hashtag not all.
Minority.
All right. It's almost like I got to make a point, but because I didn't hashtag not all soon enough or emphatically enough, my point will end. But again, there was a mainstream, a real legitimate conversation with people about whether or not it is okay to punch a Nazi. Actual videos of people getting punched would go online with people being like, yeah, that's great, he deserved it, and others being like, maybe we shouldn't do that. And yes, hashtag not all, there was a debate. I'm not saying there wasn't a debate, and there were people on the left that said no, but it was a real conversation, and there were lots of people who were saying, actually, it is okay to punch a Nazi, and they were justified. And it's almost like I got to land, but I did. It's almost like I got to complete the thought, but I actually didn't. And so I'm going to start again, and I'm going to point out that was a real mainstream conversation. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me land. Thank you. Next time that you complain about getting cut off, I hope you remember that. I hope you remember that I almost got to make a conversation. I didn't get to actually contribute to the conversation because hashtag not all for Louis Fifis. I almost got to contribute.
Hey, wait, so...
Didn't even get to make my full complete point, Louis. I didn't even get to make my full complete point. That was like the first third of it. Thank you. Look it up. It's okay to punch a Nazi. That was a real thing.
You guys are doing the same thing by saying that the Nick Fuentes isn't the Nazi.
Oh, I agree. I think that, fine, yeah. Hashtag not on me too, right? Like, fuck them, right? Okay, great. Can I interrupt everybody now and say fuck them?
Well, yes.
Great. Fantastic.
When you try to fucking paint a picture...
I didn't get to paint a picture. Louis, I got to paint 0 pictures because you interrupted me.
Yeah, bro, you're suggesting that the conversation was...
But Louis,
I didn't get to suggest anything because you interrupted 2 sentences in.
Dishonest.
And then you wanted to fucking like paint that. No, you're dishonest because you're not letting him finish.
I didn't get to say shit.
I feed off the cortisol spikes that they're getting.
Can Louis, Dewey please land his fucking plane? No interrupting.
0 pictures. 0 fucking pictures.
Hey.
Sorry, dog. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Dewey.
Dewey, paint a picture, gang.
Fuck it, we're not gonna force him to talk.
Paint a
We're
picture,
about it. We're just gonna move on. It's fucking dishonest.
Wait, so I just want to get a question in. Is it okay to punch a Nazi, or?
Of course.
Punch a Nazi.
No, it's not. You can't go up and assault people. It's my turn anyway. You can't go up and assault people just for the fucking whim of it. You can't just go up because they believe in Nazism and fascism, which is why those groups like always go to the Republican side to say, hey, my freedom of speech is being infringed on. Oh, no. I should have the rights. Because if you listen to the left and you listen to what they want to do, they would literally have have it. And they do have a purity test, which is fucking ironic. And I give you the prime case in point, and Tulsi fucking Gabbard and a whole like fucking Fetterman and literally your own political circle has a purity test on it. And if anybody strays and says, hey, I don't fucking like this idea, you fucking kick them out immediately. You don't even hashtag go ahead and say, hey, maybe we should have it. You guys are all about purity. It's purity of ideology rather than just purity of skin. You can't you're just replacing one construct for another, and you think somehow that's going to work. And you're fucking just as retarded.
This is easy. I'm the person who says, like, even when people say the N-word, like, I think people who react physically...
I didn't say you, Louis, but if there is a purity test on the left, there is a massive purity. A massive.
The point is, no one's saying that equipment, guys. No one's saying that like the left is perfect. All we're saying is that like it seems like people on the right are more likely to be politically violent, and there's lots of evidence to attest to that. So if your thinking is no, but I'm just saying, look.
I mean, really, a whole year? You're gonna really go ahead and do that?
Look, guys, don't make this personal, right? I'm just saying, look. It seems like that's what the data is saying. I don't know. I don't fucking investigate these things. And I definitely admit there's left-wing extremists, there's psychopaths, there's fucking woke mafia, all that kind of stuff is true. Pointing that out is kind of futile, it seems, in this discussion. Because what you're saying is that, like, it seems like it's statistically more probable that if you're someone that holds right-wing views, you're more likely to be violent. If you go to a protest that's, like, in supporting some right-wing cause, there's more likely to be violence that the advocates are responsible for. That's just what the evidence is showing us. So if you say, oh, the messaging on the left incites violence, encourages violence, incentivizes violence, it seems like the data doesn't bear that out. Like, it doesn't seem like the actual consequences of all of this political messaging manifest in violence on the left in the same way it does on the right.
Thank you.
So there isn't any kind of violence that goes...
Let me just tag on to that.
All right, fine, I'll go after you.
Not only does the like manifestation it's not the same as on the left as it is on the right, but when it does happen on the left, we have like people at the highest echelons of the left fucking like disavowing it. We don't have that on the right.
You have a whole fucking summer of love, a year in case in point. You have like a fucking clit rubbing session over January 6th that really didn't bear out in the constructs or even the fucking entities there. But again, I'll go back to your purity test of saying, hey, we're okay to do this. The violence isn't necessarily coming from the right. I would argue that it's both, and I think it's equal. But here's the funny thing. When the violence does occur at, say, a Trump rally, it's usually by who? Who instigates that? It's not the fucking conservatives. It's literally the libtard twat waffles screaming across the street, sending the women over because they can't fight like fucking men and interfering with that. And then all of a sudden, when people get smacked, all of a sudden it's right-wing violence. We've seen that play out time and time again because we've seen the fucking clips. Again, Nicholas Sandmann was portrayed as a right-wing violent extremist Nazi person for smiling as a 15-year-old fucking kid on the Capitol steps while some fucking grown-ass man beat a drum 2 inches from his face and he was nervous as hell about to piss his pants, but yet somehow or another he was the Nazi, and then they classified him as contributing to right-wing violence. Spare me this whole right-wing thing when you have these groups. Wait, I didn't finish, Lou, you gotta wait, man. But like, when we go through, I wouldn't paint Democrats with Antifa. I would say it's a lot of libtards, fake fucking liberals. I wouldn't put liberals in that camp because the liberals and conservatives get along. But the fucking libtards, the retarded, rejected ones, that Antifa fucking crowd going through and creating chalk zones in various cities, fucking going up and killing David Dorn and others, burning down fucking buildings, that's not fucking liberalism. But that was definitely fucking left-wing violence that doesn't seem to make the papers or make the grade on that. That's bullshit to sit there and say that the majority of all violence is coming from the right. And it just gets classified there every time there's a socialist fucking extremist group. No, it's not. A socialist extremist group is antithetical to Republicans and conservatives. They are not right-wing. As soon as you hear socialist, not in ours. Not in any construct does it fit into the parameters or the pillars of what conservatism is. Never.
Would it be okay to punch Osama bin Laden in the face?
Okay, that's so Osama bin Laden.
I'm not gonna lie, like I've always respected the North Koreans for their like stellar example of democracy, because I mean it is in the name, so like clearly they must be democratic, you know. That was like a joke for the Brad saying that the socialists on the right. Socialists, because you know they got in the name.
Chaos wants to speak. Chaos says he wants to get a word in.
Yeah, I'd love to drop some wisdom. Thank you for advocating. So, I do want to say one thing. I think, I do think that the tolerance to like the other side has gone very low. We see that in Clubhouse as well. I feel like when we like can come up with an opposing view, like it quickly devolves into like name calling, and we aren't necessarily punching each other like physically, but it's a proverbial battle of wills. So I do think that there is like intolerance on both sides. But here's what I'll tell you this. Again, I'm cherry picking, and I'll be more than happy to like be shown otherwise. So the Charlottesville incident, the guy who like rammed the car into the protesters, I feel like that guy was a right-wing thing. And I'm not saying that left-wing guys are like also not like, I'm fairly certain there's going to be left-wing violence as well. But the point is this, right? I think, don't we, like, so this is for like the conservatives in the room, right? Don't you guys think that the violence, like the rhetoric around politics especially, is politically charged? And don't you like honestly think that Trump is like actually like lighting the fire in an already charged environment? Like his tweets on Truth Social, his whole idea of like how he wants to like treat journalists. Don't you guys think that that's like a biggest factor? And here's my like honest question to you guys. Don't you think that a leader of a party embodies like a certain spirit of the party? And at least if he's not doing that, isn't he like a bad representative for that? Isn't that like a thing that you guys have to like acknowledge when you're coming to those discussions? Because I'm not like, again, for everything that you guys say, I can pull a tweet that Trump has said, which has like encouraged violence. Like for instance, against Iran, destroying the whole civilization. That isn't like even keeled. That isn't strategic. That isn't diplomatic. Like in that case, you have to acknowledge that like, hey, the guys who you guys like put in power is not espousing the views that you want to espouse. And when people judge based on the leader of a said party, I think it's a fair criticism that you guys have to like reconcile, and I don't see that being reconciled at all on stage.
Chaos. Could you also argue the fact that, you know, the same nation that you're saying, oh, well, our president wasn't being kind and kitty glove, that espoused that we are going to cause the death of America, we're going to kill them, we're going to destroy it, had chants and fucking rallies and all that stuff, that all of a sudden our president should be like really nice to them? No. I didn't vote for him to be nice. I voted for him to fucking ensure Americans' empire. That's what I voted for. That's what I wanted to see. I don't give a fuck about the rest of the planet. I care about the Americans, and at the on the very most end, I care about the Western Hemisphere. That's it. That is all I care about. I don't give a fuck about Europe. I think we don't owe them. I don't really want to be part of fucking Europe. I don't give a fuck about the trade deals because we're still dealing with the shit that England, France, Germany, fucking Spain have caused for fucking 100 fucking years. We're still having to pay for and clean up that mess while bolstering and fucking booming that fucking country up to create fucking infrastructures to allow their people to have free shit, free this, free that, and then protect them from any threat they deem it because they're too fucking broken spine to actually build a fucking military to actually do what they have. They won't even pay for their own defense. Yet somehow or another American taxpayers are owed that. No, I don't really give a fuck about it. I don't care if he insults Kim Jong-un. I don't give a fuck if he cheers on the Ayatollah. I don't give a fuck if Obama fucking pissed on fucking Osama bin Laden's fucking head, wrapped him in bacon, lit him on fire, and dumped him in the ocean. We did that shit. And then everybody was worried about Obama being disrespectful to the fucking Muslims. Fuck him. Fuck that piece of shit. I don't give a flying fuck. Kill him, be done with it. Like, no, we don't have to play nice in the sandbox with every fucking country. We just don't.
But you have a problem with punching Nazis. It seems like so confused, bro. You're such a...
You can't go up into an American citizen and just punch them.
This is what I'm saying. It's so ridiculously inconsistent with the way in which.
Oh, those aren't American citizens.
Okay, okay. So here's the thing, right? I think I also feel like, Brad, you also did a whataboutism there. I don't know if you actually know this. You said, what about Iran calling us dead to America and stuff like that? So instead of addressing the point like, yeah, his rhetoric was this, you did address it towards the latter a bit, but you started off with the whataboutism. But here's the thing, right? A lot of the people, especially the ones in right and in office, have especially I think with Kristi Noem, who called Alex. I think she's the one who called Alex Petty a domestic terrorist. That's a language where you just
echoed it.
I don't think Trump called him. I actually haven't Googled it. Timothy, we have to be very precise when you're
I don't agree with Kristi Noem. You want to actually go forward. I think some of her...
I know.
Okay, so but I'm not here with Timothy who goes, oh, Trump said that and it wasn't even fucking remotely true.
I know, I understand. But here's, again, what I'm trying to say is this, Brad. What I'm trying to say is, again, I'm going to, again, if somebody on the left says shit, I'm going to, say, hey, dude, let's cut it out. It's not going to work out well. I didn't see the same thing when it was happening on the way. And when the left calls it out, the immediate response to the left calling it out is that, oh, you guys are not good either because you guys did the X, Y, and Z. It exactly you guys turn it around and say, hey, you guys did the same thing, instead of saying, oh, you guys are right. That's actually a language that we shouldn't use. We shouldn't have called them them domestic terrorists when they're were exercising their right. I don't see that, and I think that's a very valid criticism that you guys need to take into account. I think no whataboutism is going to fix the issue that people are pointing out to.
Okay, great. That's fine. So you want me to, curtail Trump and say, yeah, I mean, I was shocked that North Korea worked. I wouldn't have done it that way with the tweet war, but somehow it fucking worked. It fucking provided some stabilization, and we're not really worried about Kim Jong-un right now. There's kind of a quasi-peace going on, I guess you would say, but we'll see what develops later on. He's still got 3 years to figure that out, but, we'll see what happens from there. I didn't think it was actually going to go off. I even laughed about it in the conservative room saying, this guy, I'm kind of confused as to where he's going with this. But you know what? It was a break from tradition, and he didn't impose the Bolton fucking policy or the Victoria Nuland policies. So I'm happy with that. At least they didn't fucking do that shit. So I was kind of happy with the outcome so far. Other things, yeah, I think sometimes it's just fucking diabolical. You want to bring up Kristi Noem, that is literally a whataboutism that you brought up, but since, I'm not allowed to do it, but you are, and say that Kristi Noem deserved to be condemned for some of her rhetoric and some of her position. I don't have a problem with that. I didn't like what the fucking cunt was doing. I don't really give a flying fuck about her. She wasn't the one that I was really concerned with, and I don't really think we should spend fucking trillions of dollars on fucking going through creating a fucking police department to kick down doors and grab people out of their homes left and right and center. I think we can target people who overstay their visas. I think we can target illegal immigrants in a better way. I don't think we need to build a fucking wall. And yes, I do believe in deportation. But no, I do not need to spend fucking $31 trillion to go fucking create an agency to just go through the fucking middle of the night like the fucking Nazis did to round up the fucking Jews or the Parisians. I don't need to do that shit.
Can I just
wait. Why can't I finish? Because I guess it hurts your fucking vagina. So again, I didn't. I'll let you know because I go on mute. That's how you identify if I go on, if I finish. Okay? So that's how you do it. So go on mute and wait till I'm done.
I'm not going to say it.
So again, Chaos, when you sit there and go down this pathway about just Trump, okay, fine and good. But then when we call out specific precedents and specific issues, now you have to fucking acknowledge those and say, you know what? Yes, we are not calling it out the same way. Yes, we do have a purity test, and yes, we will overlook absolutely everything just to keep our narrative and forget about all that other bullshit. You just won't. So, I love how you hold us to a higher standard, but right now, you never did that. You never did it in the past, and now all of a sudden we have to attain it, but now you won't. Okay?
Okay, cool.
Can I say one thing?
Can I just offer a correction? I'm literally just going to read a quote and then I'm done. Okay, that's right. It's not really going to add much to the context, but so I was wrong. You're right. He didn't explicitly use the term, so you were correct, Chaos and Brad. But I think what I read was basically people think that he alluded to it because he was asked by a reporter, what does he think about Renee Good's father being heartbroken that the Trump administration called her a domestic terrorist? And his response was, quote, "I would bet you that she, under normal circumstances, was a very solid, wonderful person, but, you know, her actions were pretty tough," right? And I think basically, like, because he didn't deny that she was in fact a domestic terrorist, and people think that's like almost like a risible characterization of her actions, I think that's why a lot of people interpret that as Trump calling her a domestic terrorist. But you're right, he didn't explicitly.
Okay, so let me give compliments. So Brad, I'd compliment on the position that the funding of ICE. I think you and I can see common ground on that. I think a lot of these discussions we don't find common ground, and I want to like build that common ground with you on that specific part. And here's the thing, you know what? I'll try to be better, man. I'll try to call out people and try to hold people in accountability. Again, I don't want to like argue with this because like, I feel like a lot of these things, like especially politics, it's tribalism, and every tribe is going to be lenient to its own tribe, and I get that. It's a part of us being human. But the thing is this: I want to focus on building bridges, and I think we built a small bridge there, Brad, and I'll give a compliment.
Absolutely, Chaos. This app is definitely for building bridges.
Aww, that's so sweet.
Yeah, you just got dunked on, Timothy.
I did. I was wrong. I was wrong, and Chaos and young Bradley were right. The debate prior Millith was whether or not,
like, he'll get you in the club to get you around girls, and then he gets first picks, and then you guys just get whatever.
People think that about Timothy, but actually his real skill is that he has a very narrow range, but he just like changes every conversation by like, you know, controlling the narrative. He changes every conversation into the narrow range that he's confident in. And people just don't realize that that's the thing.
Now he gotta bring.
Yeah, he's kind of like
No, I agree with you, Psych. I think Timothy's one of the best, technical debaters.
Keep doing it. Let's talk It's true though. He's like,
yeah, he's so amazing. It's like it's
swag. He just has it.
Timothy is the most.
I'd vote him as probably best laugh for fucking, Clubhouse. Right.
I think other people have deeper knowledge, but like, if you just want to talk about like technical debate skills, I think Timothy's up there.
No, nigga, yeah, but deeper knowledge is pointless if you can't fucking express it to where they understand it.
Well, like others can, like I think Sasha will like beat Timothy in most debates, just because I think.
Yeah, he will, but Timothy doesn't sound like a fucking creepy villain.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But.
Monica got fucking cooked this morning.
Yo, can I ask a question?
Oh, yeah, go on.
Alright, so Hitler, Kim Jong-un, and Osama bin Laden walk into a bar. They started some shit. Who is the most worthy of getting punched in the face?
You said who walks into a bar?
Kim Jong-un, Hitler, and who?
Kim Jong-un, Hitler, and Osama bin Laden. They walk
Obviously
into a bar.
Hitler.
Yeah, I'm going with Hitler as well. Even though I'm a parent.
What was the ask? What was the ask?
Unless you're like trying to be like an export or whatever, it's Hitler.
Yeah, no, I was asking Kim Jong-un, Hitler, and Osama bin Laden walking to a bar, starting up some shit, right? It's the most worthy to be punched. They walk into an American bar specifically. Who do you think is the most worthy to be punched?
An American bar is different.
Well, Osama bin Laden would be worthy of the punch. It'd be worth going to jail. Hitler would just be great to just take his nuts off and just remove them and use them as dice.
It's not
Hitler killed more Americans than Osama, bro.
The severity between those two situations you described describes why Hitler is.
What is it? Let me repeat the question. Sorry, I think that was.
But didn't we already kill Osama bin Laden?
We did.
Yeah. Hitler's not alive either.
We killed Hitler too.
Hitler killed Hitler for the Russians.
Nah, I think the Russians killed her. I still believe in that
he was a
conspiracy. Killed Hitler.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he deserves the punch more than somebody that's already been by us. I don't know.
No, let me rephrase that. Instead of adding Osama, let me rephrase that with Stalin.
I would argue Stalin.
Ooh, Stalin. Yeah, fucking Stalin.
No, but Hitler's more like
it's more insidious.
Stalin
just didn't
But Stalin had concentration camps too, like gulags, Auschwitz.
I think the race-based part. I mean, I guess they did the same. I don't know.
It was the other.
Minimize Jewish atrocities. There were. The Stalin Hitler one is a tough one. I think Stalin would take the cake because he was in power for a lot longer, and he was like, you know, in control of a lot more people for a lot longer.
Take the cake.
And they were both
more evil.
I think they're both equally.
Hitler's more evil than Stalin. Hitler's more evil than Stalin. Like, because the idea is like with Stalin.
That's a hard one though, because Stalin rounded up people that weren't the right type of fucking Russian.
I agree, but like Hitler is worse than Stalin. It seems like dissidents and people that were like a political obstacle were the reason he was doing that. Whereas like Hitler was just literally because of your blood. In fact, if you were called to Jewish, you were going to be gassed to death. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that is a kind of
not even just Jewish though. Like there were a bunch of
you're right.
It's like 10 million other people. Like we forget that we just think about 6 million. He killed 10 million other people.
Yeah, but Stalin did them in like the fucking mines and the ships working with chemicals. Like no, we're gonna die here. Go pull this like fucking lithium out, fucking ground or radiant, you know, whatever it was. He didn't give a flying fuck, man.
No, but Hitler, Churchill killed, what was it, like 3 million Bengals or something, engineered a famine just to keep reserve. The problem is you're living in a sort of Declaration of Human Rights era, where a lot of the common sort of intuitions we have about what's right and wrong just weren't really present. And every country back then, the map hadn't really settled, so all of these countries and empires and whatever else were irredentist in that, or in Hitler's case, Revanchist, where they just want, you know, reclaim territory and all this kind of stuff. So that kind of stuff is like, you know, engineering famine, stealing food from people, torturing political dissidents. That kind of stuff was par for the course, yeah.
I think it's really a comparison between like a very competent sprinter and like a very competent long distance runner. But you know what I mean? Like the Russians, like Stalin was in power for a lot longer and in control of a lot more people, as I mentioned earlier. But like Hitler at his zenith was like much worse, except his zenith burned out way too quickly.
But Stalin tortured and killed more people. Fucking his army fucking raped half of fucking Europe. Like most of the people are fucking descendants of fucking Russians from fucking post World War II. Like was there a fucking group of people that the Russians didn't conquer that territory in Poland? I mean, yeah, I guess it wasn't mandated, but they were viewed as less than, like the Lithuanians.
Jews, kidnapping and killing and torturing Jews and sending them fucking to camps.
I mean, that's horrible, but I mean, Stalin did the same thing, though. Like, not just the Jews.
Stalin and Hitler didn't kill anyone.
Let me spice up the question. Instead of those three, here, let me reframe this statement. Robert E. Lee has a good point. Robert E. Lee, Hitler, and Stalin walk into a bar trying to start some shit, right? Within the current state of America, they want to, reframe America, blah, 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 blah. Who do you think is the most authority to become in that scenario?
Who initiated the assault? Are we the ones initiating the assault?
No, they are. They are.
Stalin.
Because he's most recognizable. People have to fucking face Google.
It was Robert E. Lee, Hitler, and Stalin. By the way,
still Stalin because he was the military.
They're assaulting us.
Wait, it would still have to be Stalin because he has the biggest military strategic mind. Not only that, but like nation conquest. He was bigger than Hitler.
American.
No, serious question though, because I heard someone say something that I found significant.
Robert E. Lee was an American.
They said
That's America.
No, he joined the Confederate States. He's a traitor. He separated.
We recognize that he is a traitor.
They said, I'm sorry, Louis.
No, don't ever be sorry, Sasha. Don't you ever fucking be sorry.
I'm so sorry. Somebody asked, like, are we being the ones attacked first, or are they initiating attack? May I ask why that question was? I'm not sure who asked.
Well, I was wondering if it's a punch-out game, or are we defending ourselves? That's all I was wondering. Because if it's the knockout game,
but just because we're attacking first automatically means like it's like a knockout game, like we're just like being bullied.
Wait, Sasha, say one more time. What's the situation?
Like say we were the ones to attack first. Does that automatically mean it's like a knockout game, or a matter of like, oh, we're bullying the other party? Or could it be that we're still defending ourselves regardless of us not being attacked first? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because like there was that, what was it, the 6-Day War with Israel, where they felt like Egypt was posturing to attack them, so they attacked them first.
Right. I think that's justifiable. Like, say we got some really good intel that, I don't know, fucking Brazil is about to, like, attack us, right, in some sort of way. Whatever way you choose. And we attack them first. You know, we bomb them, whatever type of attack you want to choose.
Have to be able to,
is that justified?
In war, yes. In war, yes.
Technically have
okay, that's all I wanted to know.
But we would have to also, like, it's like part of it is also like the imaging and like what that looks like to the rest of the world. It would have to, like, the rest of the world would have to be like on our side and agree that yes, this was indeed like a necessary, like, preemptive strike. Like, otherwise it just looks like we're just fucking with Brazil.
I think a better question.
For the joke exercise, I think it should be like the knockout game.
Wait.
Totally the knockout game for the joke exercise, and then the conversation you're having, we could have also. I think we could do both.
I think if you're going to ask this type of question, you would have to put in the four main characters that we would all agree. Zedong, Mao, Stalin, fucking Pol Pot, and Hitler. Which one would you actually, just to say, would you take out
to
prevent?
Shout out to leftists.
I would take out Mao because
Shout out to leftists for the knockout game. We appreciate it.
I would take out Mao because obviously people's not white, so it will be a priority. Obviously. Next question.
Mao did shit like
15 million.
Intentionally starved people, right? He intentionally starved people, and if they stole the vegetation in which they were responsible for producing, they would fucking be executed. If they were caught like trying to eat the rats off the street, they'll be fucking like that motherfucker was an evil motherfucker, dude. Like that Mao Zedong. What's his full name? Mao Zedong. That motherfucker.
Nah, you know that's my nickname, right?
And these names.
No, your nickname. Your nickname is Apocalypto.
No, they call me Mao the way I lasered on.
They call him that.
You didn't just freestyle that, Sasha. Shut up.
Hi.
I did. That's my movie, though. That's such a great movie, dude.
You could throw in the Japanese emperor.
Your boy Mel Gibson.
You could throw in the Japanese emperor because what he did throughout the Pacific Islands after each conquest, when they invaded, the Japanese were fucking horrific. Even in China, you could probably throw him under.
In Korea,
Philippines.
They were.
They didn't even put American soldiers alive. You got. Sorry, let me interrupt. But I heard recently a statistic. I don't know how true it is. I haven't vetted it or anything. But I heard that as a consequence of U.S. sanctions, which in some instances are unilateral, other instances obviously is multilateral, since 1970 something, Sorry, yeah, I think it was 38 million people have died. So that's like
under who?
Immiseration, starvation. So this is like from U.S. sanctions.
Consequence of our sanctions.
Yeah, so but obviously some of them are unilateral, some of them are multilateral. But a lot of some of the multilateral ones have been instigated by the US. So basically, like the US has sanctioned so and so, and then like EU has followed, or like independent countries have like followed. Israel, blah blah blah. But nevertheless, 38 million people have died as a result of that. And then just very recently, the Treasury Secretary or whatever, he came out prior to the riots in January in Tehran and said, basically, we've caused this, there's a technical term, Milith probably knows how to describe it, but they caused a run on the banks, essentially, so in Tehran. And then the fact that the banks didn't have enough money to give to the people is what resulted in this that insane kind of spike in inflation, and then that's what triggered the riots that resulted in all the thousands of people dying. Now obviously Americans aren't going to take any responsibility for that, even though they're the ones who supplied some of the protesters with guns. But like America is kind of like directly responsible for, in at least a lot of the cases. Some of the cases is part of a coalition of people who are responsible for like 38, close to 40 million people over the last 4 years. So it's funny how indirect action and deaths are usually attributed to like these tyrants and dictators. But like America as this like kind of global economic power has basically starved millions of people, basically just because they have like issues with particular regimes and stuff.
I do think it was anti-Semitic to suggest that Milith has some deeper understanding.
Yeah, it's literally just because he's Jew. That's the only reason I suggested it.
That is fucked. That's weird. Usually, I'm not like I'm gonna judge what politics that with like the Bible says, but like like biblically, right? Like there's different features that represent like different nations, right? Like this whole like Daniel and like Revelation prophecy. And so like